Welcome back to the Expensive Coins History channel. Have you ever found a 2018 penny in your change and wondered, could this be worth more than a cent? You might be surprised. Today, we're uncovering the full story behind the 2018 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin. From its historical context to its current collector value in 2025, this is everything you need to know about one of the most underappreciated modern coins in circulation. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, replacing the Indian head cent for nearly a century. The Lincoln cent featured the iconic wheat ears reverse design, which was later changed to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. But in 2010, a more symbolic design took its place, the Union Shield. This design represents Lincoln's role in preserving the United States as one unified nation. The shield has 13 stripes symbolizing the original colonies, bound together under a single horizontal bar representing the federal government. In 2018, the coin still bore this modern reverse design, but the obverse continued to feature Lincoln's bust, a design so enduring and recognizable that it has remained largely unchanged for over a century. Coins minted in Philadelphia, the oldest U.S. mint facility, typically do not carry a mint mark on 1-cent coins. So, if you find a 2018 penny without a letter beneath the year, it simply means it was struck in Philadelphia. Philadelphia produced billions of these coins that year. This massive mintage makes the coin common in circulation. However, as we'll explore later, certain conditions, errors, or unique features can transform a basic penny into a collector's prize. The 2018 Lincoln cent, like most modern pennies since the early 1980s, is composed primarily of zinc with a thin layer of copper. This copper-plated zinc composition was adopted to reduce production costs, replacing the nearly pure copper pennies of earlier decades. Each penny weighs approximately 2.5 grams and measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter. The edge is smooth, and the obverse features Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year of issue. The reverse features the Union Shield design with a horizontal banner across it bearing the word 1 cent, while "United States of America" arcs across the top. Though produced by the billions, not all 2018 pennies are created equal. A subtle difference in strike quality, condition, or mint error can dramatically affect the value. If it's circulated, meaning it's been used, has visible wear, and shows signs of handling, then its value remains at face value. 1 cent. That's the vast majority of 2018 pennies found in pockets and change jars today. However, if your penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it may be worth more. Uncirculated coins are those that have never entered regular commerce. They often retain their full mint luster and exhibit no signs of wear. Collectors and dealers assess these coins using a numeric grading scale, with 70 being a perfect coin. For example, a 2018 Lincoln penny graded MS 65 or higher might be worth a few cents to a couple of dollars, depending on market demand. But a penny graded MS 67 or MS 68, especially with a brilliant red color designation, could command a significantly higher price. Some of the finest known examples have sold for several hundred, even over $1,000 in top-graded conditions. That being said, such gems are rare. Most coins, even ones that look good to the naked eye, fall short of those top grades when examined under magnification. While the standard 2018 Lincoln cent is common, certain error coins can be valuable to collectors. These are the misfits. Coins that didn't come off the presses quite right. Some of the most notable mint errors that may be found on 2018 pennies include off-center strikes, where the coin's design is struck noticeably off-center. Depending on the severity and visibility of the date, These can fetch between a few dollars and several hundred. Die cracks and cuds. Small breaks in the die can leave raised lines or blobs of metal on the coin, often referred to as BAE errors when they occur between the B and E of Liberty. Double dies. Although there are no widely recognized double die varieties for the 2018 penny, any doubling of the date, lettering, or design features can attract collector interest. Struck-through errors. This happens when debris or a foreign object interferes with the striking process, leaving odd impressions on the coin. Always keep in mind that errors must be dramatic, genuine, and verifiable to carry real value. Slight imperfections caused by wear or post-mint damage do not qualify as valuable mint errors. While it may not be considered rare, the coin plays an important role for collectors building modern Lincoln cent sets. Enthusiasts often seek high-grade examples to complete year-by-year collections or registry sets. For this reason, the finest examples graded by reputable services continue to sell for strong premiums. In recent years, there has also been increasing attention on minor varieties and color designations. Red, red-brown, and brown color classifications can influence price, with full red uncirculated coins generally commanding the highest premiums. The 2018 penny also gains relevance in historical context. As talks of discontinuing the penny continue, interest in modern issues may rise over time, especially in uncirculated rolls or certified condition. The 2018 no-mint mark Lincoln cent may be one of the most common coins in circulation, but that doesn't mean it's worthless. Most will remain worth a single cent, but hidden among them are coins with extraordinary condition, striking errors, or unique characteristics that can be worth dollars, or even more. If you find a pristine penny from 2018, especially with a brilliant red luster and no signs of wear, it may be worth setting aside. And if you spot anything unusual, an off-center strike, doubled lettering, or a strange imperfection, it might just be an overlooked treasure. Coins are more than just currency. They are miniature historical artifacts, capturing the evolution of a nation in metal. And sometimes, the most fascinating stories are hiding in plain sight, right in your pocket. The 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln Memorial Cent, a coin that millions pass by every day, unaware of its potential value. Is it rare? Can it be worth thousands? What secrets might your pocket change hold? In this video, we will take you on a deep and detailed journey, from the historical origins of this iconic coin to its production quirks, notable errors, grading criteria, collector appeal, and, most importantly, how much it's worth in the current 2025 market. The Lincoln penny is one of the most enduring coin designs in American history. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's likeness. Originally designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin's obverse, or front side, features the right-facing bust of President Abraham Lincoln. Over time, while the obverse design has remained largely consistent, the reverse has evolved. From 1959 to 2008, the reverse displayed the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., designed by Frank Gasparo. The 1993 Lincoln penny belongs to this era of the memorial reverse design and was minted as part of the standard circulation coins for that year. While seemingly ordinary, the 1993 penny has become a point of great interest among collectors for a number of reasons, especially the no-mint mark Philadelphia struck version. Now, let's discuss mintage. How many were made and where? In 1993, three main minting facilities contributed to the production of the Lincoln cent: the Philadelphia Mint, which produces coins without any mint mark; the Denver Mint, where coins carry the D mint mark; the San Francisco Mint, which struck proof coins with the S mint mark exclusively for collector sets. The Philadelphia Mint produced a staggering number of coins in 1993, over 5 billion 1-cent coins with no mint mark. That's right, more than 5 billion. On the surface, such a high mintage would suggest these coins are anything but rare. However, when it comes to coin collecting, value is not always about quantity. It's about condition, errors, rarity of specific varieties, and collector demand. That's where things get interesting. The 1993 Lincoln cent shares the standard specifications common to pennies struck from 1982 onwards: diameter, 19.05 mm thickness, 1.52 mm weight, 2.5 grams composition, 97.5% zinc, 2.5% copper plate. It's important to note that although it looks like it's made of copper, the inner core is primarily zinc. This change from solid bronze to copper-plated zinc was introduced in the early 1980s to reduce production costs, and by 1993, the transition was well established. In circulated condition, a standard 1993 no-mint mark penny is worth exactly 1 cent. However, in uncirculated and especially high-grade mint state conditions, this humble coin can bring in far more. As of 2025, here is the general market value breakdown for the 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, circulated condition, face value, $0.01 uncirculated, MS60, MS63 10 cents to $0.50 gem uncirculated, MS65 red $2 to $5 superb gem, MS67 red $50 to $1.50 top pop specimens, MS68, MS69 red $500 to over $3,000, depending on eye appeal and market demand. The reason for this dramatic price jump at the highest grades is simple: scarcity. While billions of these coins were made, only a tiny fraction have survived in pristine condition, untouched by circulation and free from scratches, dings, or color fading. Beyond condition, certain error coins and die varieties significantly increase value. Let's explore the most sought-after types associated with the 1993 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. In most 1993 pennies, the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse are widely spaced. This is called the wide AM design. However, a rare few coins were struck with a reverse die intended for proof coins, resulting in the close AM variety, where the A and M are almost touching. These are highly collectible and can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on condition. In mint state, these coins can exceed $2,000. When a coin is struck misaligned with the die, it results in an off-center strike. If the date is still visible, off-center errors ranging from 5% to 50% off can bring anywhere from $20 to over $150 depending on severity. A double die occurs when the coin is struck with a die that has doubled features, particularly visible in lettering or date. Though not commonly found for the 1993 penny, any double die examples that do exist are highly valuable and collectible. On very rare occasions, a Lincoln cent is struck on the wrong metal, for instance, on a dime planchet or foreign coin blank. These are exceptionally rare and often command prices well into the thousands. Die cracks and die breaks, often appearing as raised lines or blobs of metal, can create unique and collectible errors. One common variety is the so-called BIE error, where a die chip forms between the letters B and E in Liberty, appearing like an extra I. These may sell for a few dollars up to $50 depending on prominence. To unlock the full value of your 1993 penny, accurate grading is essential. Grading evaluates the coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins graded MS65 and above are the most desirable. Use proper lighting and magnification. Examine your coin under bright, natural light or a strong LED lamp using a 10x magnifier. Check for red coloration. Red is the most desirable color classification in copper coins, indicating the coin has not browned with oxidation. Submit for third-party grading if you believe your coin is uncirculated or has a rare variety. Send it to a recognized grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Market your coin. Wisely consider auctioning through platforms like eBay or a reputable coin dealer. Rarity, grade, and error type all influence how and where you should sell. As of 2025, the coin collecting community remains deeply engaged with modern varieties, and the Lincoln cent continues to hold a nostalgic place in the hobby. While the 1993 penny without a mint mark is not rare in raw numbers, exceptional examples and notable errors have made headlines and found their way into prized collections. This coin proves that even modern, high-mintage issues can hide remarkable value, if you know what to look for. So next time you're checking your change jar or organizing your coin rolls, take a moment. Look a little closer. That common penny might just be something extraordinary. The 1994 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. While pennies often seem commonplace and overlooked, the 1994 Philadelphia Lincoln cent holds a special place for collectors due to its unique history, the sheer volume minted, and the intriguing nuances in condition and error varieties that can drastically affect its value. Today, we'll explore the full story behind this penny, from its production and composition to its rarity, grading significance, and what collectors should know about its worth in 2025. Let's begin with the basics. The 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The coin features the iconic profile of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the reverse side depicts the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 through 2008. In 1994, this design was firmly established, a symbol of America's history and the values Lincoln embodied. The 1994 penny was primarily struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and unlike coins from the Denver and San Francisco mints, these pennies bear no mint mark, which has historically been the practice for Philadelphia production in that era. That lack of a mint mark can sometimes confuse collectors, but it is a distinguishing feature that confirms its origin. The coin is composed primarily of zinc, with a copper plating making up roughly 2.5% of its weight. This composition was adopted starting in 1982 to reduce production costs, and it continues today. Each penny measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter and weighs exactly 2.5 grams. Despite its small size and minimal metal value, the Lincoln cent carries immense historical and collectible significance. In 1994, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 6.5 billion pennies. This staggering number means the 1994 no-mint mark penny is far from rare in its basic circulated form. For everyday spenders and casual collectors, these pennies are worth just their face value, 1 cent. But here's where things get interesting. Condition and rarity within the population of coins play crucial roles in determining the value of any coin, including the 1994 penny. While the vast majority of these pennies are ordinary and found in circulation, uncirculated examples, and those graded highly by professional services such as PCGS or NGC can command premiums. The grading scale used in numismatics ranges from poor, fair, and good for circulated coins to mint state grades starting at MS 60 and going up to MS 70, which represents a flawless coin. For the 1994 no-mint mark penny, values increase substantially as the grade improves. In circulated condition, the 1994 no-mint mark penny is simply worth face value, and collectors typically overlook them. However, once you move into uncirculated condition, even at the lower mint state grades like MS 63 or MS 64, values can range from 30 cents to a couple of dollars. As you ascend the grading scale to MS 65 with the original bright copper red coloration intact, what collectors call MS 65 RD, the coin's value jumps dramatically. Often trading for between $10 to $20 in the current market, coins graded MS 67 RD or higher become significantly more valuable, often commanding prices in the hundreds of dollars range due to their near-perfect condition, exceptional eye appeal, and rarity at such high standards. At the absolute top end, MS 69 RD specimens of the 1994 no-mint mark penny have been known to fetch prices in the thousands, with some exceptional examples auctioning for over $10,000 in recent years. These coins are stunning, virtually flawless, and highly coveted by collectors worldwide. It's important to note that most of the value comes from the coin's condition and eye appeal, rather than any inherent rarity. Because billions of these coins exist, common uncirculated examples are far more abundant than their higher-grade counterparts. This makes professional grading and certification essential for serious collectors looking to buy or sell high-value specimens. Beyond grading, the 1994 penny has a handful of error and variety coins that attract special attention and can add significant value. Error coins are those that were struck incorrectly or experienced some sort of mishap during production. Varieties are intentional or unintentional design differences that occurred during die creation. Double die reverse errors. These show visible doubling on the reverse side, often noticeable in the columns of the Lincoln Memorial or in the inscriptions such as 1 cent or United States of America. These errors are relatively scarce but highly sought after by error collectors. High-grade examples can reach prices in the low thousands, depending on the severity and visibility of the doubling. Off-center strikes, pennies that are struck off-center by a small amount, say 5 to 10%, can be worth several dollars or more, while more dramatic misstrikes with clear date and mint mark visible might command $50 to $100 or even more. BIE die cracks. This particular error features a die crack forming an I between the letters B and E in the word liberty on the obverse side of the coin. These error coins are usually worth between $5 and $15, but sharp, well-defined examples can attract a premium. Other errors. These can include coins struck on foreign planchets, incomplete copper plating, or unusual die clashes. While rarer, some of these errors have been recorded selling for over $1,000 at auction, though not as famous for its varieties as some other Lincoln cents. The 1994 no-mint mark penny does have these interesting quirks that can elevate its collector appeal. It is always worth inspecting any 1994 penny carefully for unusual characteristics, as a minor error or variety could mean the difference between face value and a handsome premium. In terms of rarity, the no-mint mark penny from Philadelphia is not inherently rare due to the massive production numbers. However, high-grade specimens and those with certified errors or unique varieties are scarce and sought after by collectors. So, what does the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny look like in the market today, in 2025? If you have a circulated example from your pocket change, it remains worth a penny. Uncirculated examples graded between MS 63 and MS 65 usually sell for $10 to $20. Higher grades such as MS 67 RD can command a few $100s, reflecting their rarity and eye appeal, the very finest. Examples, MS 69 RD and above, are extremely rare and collectible, occasionally achieving thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars in competitive auctions. Error pennies, depending on type and condition, also carry value far above their face, often from a few dollars to several thousand in special cases, for collectors or investors. The 1994 no-mint mark penny represents a fascinating piece of modern American numismatic history, common in everyday use but capable of becoming a prized collectible with the right characteristics. If you're lucky enough to find a pristine 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny or an intriguing error, consider having it evaluated and professionally graded. Proper certification can significantly enhance your coin's value and marketability. The 1981 Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny with no mint mark. While it might look like an everyday coin, this penny holds stories of history, manufacturing, subtle rarity, and intriguing value potential that can surprise even seasoned collectors. By the end of this video, you'll understand the rich context behind the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, the factors affecting its rarity and worth, and where this coin stands in the ever-changing marketplace as of 2025. So, whether you're a collector, an investor, or just curious about coins, stick around for a thorough exploration. The Abraham Lincoln cent has been one of the longest-running coin series in United States history, introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The design was revolutionary at the time, featuring a real historical figure on circulating coinage rather than symbolic imagery. By 1981, the Lincoln penny was firmly established as a staple in American wallets and cash registers. The obverse of the coin proudly displays the familiar right-facing bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has remained remarkably consistent over the years. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial had replaced the original wheat ears design in 1959, adding a new layer of meaning and detail. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at multiple facilities, but the coins minted in Philadelphia carry no mint mark. This detail, the absence of a mint mark, is critical, as it helps collectors identify the coin's origin. The Philadelphia Mint was responsible for the majority of pennies in circulation, and as a result, the no mint mark 1981 penny was minted in exceptionally high numbers. In fact, in 1981, roughly 7.5 billion of these pennies were struck without mint marks at Philadelphia. This colossal number makes the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent one of the most common pennies ever minted in American history. So, does that mean the coin is of little value? Not quite. Before we discuss value, it's essential to recognize the physical makeup of this penny. The 1981 Lincoln cent was composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc. This copper-rich composition gives the coin a slightly heavier feel and a distinctive reddish-brown hue in uncirculated condition. The weight of each coin is approximately 3.11 grams, and the diameter measures 19.05 millimeters. These dimensions have remained constant for most Lincoln cents from 1959 through 1982. However, 1981 pennies differ from those produced later in 1982, when the mint transitioned to primarily zinc cores with only copper plating. This change was driven by the escalating price of copper, which made the older copper-rich cents more valuable from a melt metal perspective, especially as copper prices rose in subsequent decades. Given the massive production numbers, the majority of 1981 no-mint mark pennies are found in circulated condition. This means the coins show varying degrees of wear from everyday handling, flattened details, scratches, discoloration, and a loss of the original mint luster. Most circulated examples are valued close to face value, typically between 1 cent and a few cents above, mainly because their copper content is worth slightly more than the coin's denomination in metal value. In the modern coin market, the copper in a penny can be worth about 2 cents, so even common pennies can hold minimal intrinsic worth. However, the value shifts dramatically when you examine uncirculated examples, those that have never been used in circulation and retain their original mint condition. Coin grading companies such as PCGS and NGC assign grades based on the coin's condition, ranging from mint state 60, MS60, to mint state 70, MS70, the latter being a perfect coin with no imperfections visible under magnification. For the 1981 no-mint mark Lincoln cent, uncirculated coins graded MS65 red, meaning they retain their original reddish copper color, can sell for around $1 or slightly more. This may seem modest but represents a considerable premium over face value. If you have a coin graded MS67 or higher, the value can escalate significantly, often reaching into the hundreds or even low thousands of dollars for MS-68 or MS-69 specimens, depending on the market demand and the coin's aesthetic appeal. At this point, you might wonder, how can a coin minted in billions ever be rare? The answer lies not in the sheer number produced, but in condition, minting errors, and collector interest. First, high-grade examples in pristine condition are inherently rare because billions of these pennies were circulated and handled roughly, degrading their condition over time. The survival rate of flawless or near-flawless coins is very low. Therefore, finding an MS-68 red 1981 penny is exceedingly uncommon. Secondly, subtle variations and minting errors can dramatically increase a penny's collectability and value. For example, some 1981 pennies are known for die doubling or repunched mint marks. Die doubling is a mint error where the coin's design appears double due to a shift or problem during the striking process. These errors are sought after because they are unusual and make the coin unique. Additionally, off-center strikes, where the coin is not properly aligned during minting and the design appears partially missing or shifted, are rare error varieties that attract collectors. Perhaps the most valuable errors involve wrong planchets, when a penny is struck on the metal blank meant for a different denomination, like a dime or a $half. Such anomalies are extremely scarce and can fetch prices in the thousands, even tens of thousands, depending on the condition. In general, circulated pennies remain worth approximately face value, but their copper content provides a small intrinsic base value of about 2 cents each. Uncirculated coins, however, have attracted steady collector interest and can command prices starting at $1 to $5 for lower mint state grades. As coins grade higher, their market value increases exponentially. MS-65 red coins can go for between $5 to $20, while MS-66 and above may trade for $100 to several $100 depending on eye appeal and demand. MS-67 red specimens are especially prized and have sold for over $1,000 in recent years. Coins graded MS-68 or MS-69 red, which are incredibly difficult to find, can reach several $1,000s at auction. The market for proof coins, those specially struck for collectors, remains robust as well. Although the Philadelphia No Mint Mark penny of 1981 is a business strike, related proof issues from San Francisco with an S mint mark can command prices several times higher, especially in perfect condition. Error coins continue to be the shining stars in this category. Whether it's a die cap error, off-center strike, or wrong planchet, these rare variations are eagerly sought by collectors and investors alike, sometimes selling for thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Prices can fluctuate based on collector interest, metal prices, and auction activity, but the 1981 No Mint Mark Lincoln cent remains a coin with accessible entry points and surprising potential at the top end of the market. For those interested in adding a 1981 No Mint Mark Lincoln penny to their collection, or assessing their current holdings, here are some practical tips. Inspect the coin's surface closely under good lighting and with magnification to determine its condition. Look for original luster and minimal wear. Check the mint mark area carefully. In this case, the absence of a mint mark means the coin was minted in Philadelphia. Confirming authenticity is essential. Look for any anomalies or errors, such as doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual shapes, which can greatly increase value. Consider professional grading for coins that appear uncirculated or show signs of errors. Third-party grading provides assurance to buyers and often unlocks higher market prices. Store your coins properly to preserve their condition. Use acid-free holders, avoid excessive handling, and keep them in a stable environment. Stay informed about market trends by following auction results and numismatic news. The 1981 No Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny is a fascinating example of American coinage that bridges everyday utility and collectible intrigue. While billions were minted, making it a common sight in circulation, the coin's value can vary widely based on condition, rarity, and unique minting errors. As of 2025, circulated examples remain close to face value, but uncirculated and error coins offer enticing opportunities for collectors and investors. Whether you stumble upon one in your pocket change or pursue it deliberately for your collection, the 1981 no-mint mark penny deserves a closer look. The 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Today, we unravel the mystery behind this humble 1-cent coin, uncovering why it has become a prized possession for collectors in 2025, how to spot the valuable versions, and what they are truly worth in today's market. The Lincoln cent has a long and respected history in American coinage. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, this coin broke new ground as the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. The original design featured Lincoln's bust on the obverse, paired with wheat stalks on the reverse. In 1959, the wheat design was replaced with the Lincoln Memorial to mark the 150th anniversary of his birth. By 1995, the Lincoln cent had been in continuous circulation for over 8 decades. Though billions of pennies were minted that year, the story of the 1995 Lincoln penny, especially those minted without a mint mark, became far more interesting due to a few very special and rare error varieties that began to surface. To fully understand the significance of the 1995 no-mint mark penny, it helps to know how U.S. coins are produced. The United States has several mint facilities, most notably in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Denver carry a small, deep mint mark. Those minted in San Francisco, mostly proofs, display an S. However, coins minted in Philadelphia traditionally bear no mint mark at all. Therefore, the 1995 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is a product of the Philadelphia Mint. In that year alone, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 6 billion Lincoln cents, an enormous number by any standard. The vast majority of these coins were perfectly ordinary, struck with standard dies, and distributed across the country for daily use. But a few coins were not like the rest, and these are where things get exciting. Among the massive mintage of 1995 pennies, a rare and highly sought-after error emerged, the doubled die obverse. This dramatic minting error caused noticeable doubling of the design elements on the front of the coin. It was not a trick of the eye or a small misalignment. This doubling was distinct, visible without magnification, and most prominent in the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date, 1995. The error occurred during the die creation process. A working die used to strike the coin had received multiple impressions from the hub in slightly misaligned positions. As a result, every coin struck by that faulty die bore a doubled image on the obverse side. It was a classic double die error, rare, valuable, and instantly intriguing to collectors. While it is estimated that hundreds of thousands of these error coins may have been produced, the number of surviving high-grade examples is significantly smaller. Most of these coins entered circulation and were used in everyday transactions, suffering wear and tear along the way. By 2025, the double die obverse variety of the 1995 penny has become one of the most famous modern error coins. It remains in high demand among collectors, particularly those who specialize in Lincoln cents or error varieties. Its widespread popularity stems from the ease of identification, the dramatic nature of the doubling, and the coin's availability at relatively affordable prices, especially compared to older error coins. For standard 1995 pennies in circulated condition, the value remains at face value, just 1 cent. In uncirculated condition, without errors, these coins may be worth between 10 cents and $1, depending on the quality and coloration. However, things change significantly when the double die variety enters the picture. A circulated 1995 double die penny can fetch anywhere from $5 to $25. In uncirculated grades, the value increases sharply. Coins graded MS-63 to MS-65 may range from $50 to $100. High-grade examples, those graded MS-66, MS-67, and beyond, can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars. A near-perfect MS-68 red double die penny has been known to command over $3,000 in auction settings. In extremely rare cases, examples graded MS-69 have sold for upwards of $5,000 or more, depending on buyer interest and market timing. While the double die obverse is the most famous error from 1995, it is not the only one. Collectors have identified several other rare mint errors from this year. These include off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and coins struck on the wrong planchets, such as a penny struck on a dime blank. Each of these error types carries its own value depending on rarity and severity. Off-center strikes that are significantly misaligned can be worth from $20 to $100 or more. Coins struck on dime planchets, meaning they are smaller, silver in appearance, and missing edge details, can easily reach several $100s, particularly in high grades. So how can you tell if your 1995 penny is one of the valuable ones? Start by examining the obverse under strong lighting or a 10x magnifier. Look closely at the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date. If you notice clear, visible doubling of the letters or numbers, you may have a double die obverse. Next, check the coin's overall condition. Coins with fewer scratches, dings, and signs of wear are more valuable. Color also plays a role. Coins with full original red color are preferred and command premium prices. To get an accurate market value, consider submitting your coin to a professional grading service. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC use a standardized 70-point scale to assess a coin's condition, and their authentication can significantly boost your coin's value and appeal to serious collectors. If you discover a valuable 1995 penny, there are several ways to sell it. Online marketplaces, auction houses, coin dealers, and collector forums all provide opportunities. However, be cautious when selling. Always research the current market and avoid undervaluing your coin. A properly authenticated and graded error penny can attract intense bidding from collectors worldwide. For those who are interested in collecting, the 1995 double die obverse penny offers a wonderful entry point. It's a coin with an exciting backstory, clear visual appeal, and significant investment potential. And best of all, it might still be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change. The 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how numismatics can turn the ordinary into something extraordinary. What started as a common coin, struck by the billions, has become a small but powerful symbol of rarity, precision, and passion among collectors. Whether you're a seasoned coin enthusiast or just getting started, the 1995 penny, especially the double die obverse, serves as a reminder that there are still treasures to be found. All it takes is a little knowledge, a keen eye, and the curiosity to look just a bit closer. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this in-depth look at the 1995 Lincoln cent, be sure to subscribe for more rare coin stories, valuation guides, and collecting tips. And remember, subscribe the Expensive Coins History channel. The next great discovery could be in your pocket right now.